everyone, my name is Victoria, also known to some people as Showgirl Yogi. I am a dancer and yoga teacher here in Paris, France. And today I wanted to bring you a super gentle, simple yoga practice. It's one you can do anywhere. I'm just in my bedroom today, so the only space you need is just enough for you and your yoga mat. This is a great energizing practice to do in the morning or maybe on your lunch break, to wake up the body, to open the body, to breathe, to move, and to generally just feel good. So anybody can do this practice, whether you are a complete beginner and you've never done yoga before, and maybe you just want a little taste of it, you want to see what it's like, or even if you have a regular practice, this is still a great way to just get in some more of those restful kind of yoga flows. So it's going to be super quick, super simple, and if you love these tutorials, then I can definitely do more, so let me know. So let's get started. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position. I'm actually going to take a pillow, so if you have a pillow at home or maybe a block or a bolster or something, I find it really helps just to elevate the hips a little bit, and that way it's much more comfortable on the hips to sit in this cross-legged position. If this is still absolutely no good for you and your hips, no problem. Take the pillow away and just take one leg behind and one leg in front, and that might be a little bit more comfortable for you. So I'm going to pop the pillow under the sit bones, and we're just going to close the eyes, and you can rest the hands on the knees. Nice tall spine. The top of the head is lifting to the sky, but at the same time, the sit bones and the hips are rooting down into the ground. And all we're going to do to start our practice is just take a few deep breaths. So take an inhale through the nose and a big exhale through the mouth. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. One more time on the inhale. Feel the belly, the ribs, the collarbone all the way up. Exhale it out. Good. Now just start to breathe in and out through the nose. And just take notice of how that breath feels. Does it feel calm already? Is it maybe a little bit harder to control the breath today? However that breath feels within the body, just notice it. Try to make the inhales and the exhales as long as you can and as deep as possible. We've got no tension in the shoulders are away from the ears, there's no tension in the belly. And just start to tap into your surroundings and notice the sounds, the smells. If you have some sunshine coming in through the window, or if you're doing this at night and it feels dark, perhaps calm. And just take a second to check in with yourself. So quite often during the day, we're just running around with no care in the world for how we actually feel. So just take this moment just to notice the body, notice the breath, notice the mind and how you're feeling today. And whatever kind of emotions come up, just let them come in, just acknowledge them. And maybe throughout the movement today, we can try to let some of those emotions go that we feel may no longer serve us. Good, so keeping that pillow underneath or keeping that other position that we had before, you can flutter open the eyelashes. If it feels good to keep the eyes closed, then please keep the eyes closed. On the inhale, we're going to move with the breath. We're going to reach those arms up towards the sky. Maybe the fingertips touch as we gaze towards the thumbs. And on the exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Resist the palms together. Good. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hands through heart center. And we'll go one more time. Inhale, lifting tall, opening up the body. Exhale, hands through heart center. Good. On the inhale this time, reach the palms together all the way up to the sky. Exhale, resist as you bend those elbows into cactus and maybe taking the chin to the chest. Inhale to reach the palms up to the sky, fingertips touch. Maybe drop the head back. Exhale, chin to chest, resist the arms, shoulder blades down. We'll go one more time on the inhale to lift up. Exhale, cactus those arms, chin to chest. Good. Bring the head back up, take the palms together. Good. And as you slide that pillow from underneath yourself, good. Place the hands in front of you. We're going to come into an all fours posture here. So just take a moment to take the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Good, and we're going to spread those fingertips wide and push the ground away. So already starting to feel the activation in those arms. These creases of the elbows should be facing forward, shoulders away from the ears. Keep the neck in line with the spine, so don't drop the neck down or lift it up too high for now, keeping it nice and straight. We're going to gently pull the navel into the spine. So already we're waking that body up just with this very simple posture. So on your inhale, we're going to drop that belly, lift the heart, lift the chin, gaze to the sky. On the exhale, round through the shoulders, navel to spine, push the ground away. Again, moving with the breath. Let's keep going. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round through the spine. 2 more times, exactly the same. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. 1 more. Inhale. Good. Exhale. Take it back to a neutral spine here. We're just going to take the right leg back behind you. Good. Place the ball of the foot on the floor and just start to push into that foot. Just feeling that calf maybe open up, that hamstring a little bit. Holding here. Good. We're going to put all the weight into that left hand and come onto the knee, come onto the side. Good. Reach that right arm all the way up to the sky here. Good, and then maybe take that hand all the way up and over. And that leg that's extended, maybe you can start to point that toe. So we're opening up the side body here. Option for anyone wanting to make this a little bit more challenging, you're going to lift that leg. If that doesn't feel good, please keep the leg on the ground. Reach the fingertips, reach the leg away from you. Good, twisting it all the way back down. That leg that was lifted, you're going to bring that in between your hands, nice and gently. Good. So that back knee is still down on the ground. We're going to untuck the toes if you haven't already. And please feel free to take a pillow or fold your mat underneath the knee if you have any knee problems. Good. We're going to come up onto that front thigh and just take a moment to sink deep into the hips, opening up through that left hip flexor. If this doesn't feel quite good, you can stay with the fingertips on the ground. If this is feeling super good for you and you want to take it further, take each elbow and release a little bit further back into the stretch. Keep the breath, breathing in and out through the nose. Good. Take those hands, frame the foot, and we're going to just straighten that front leg. We're going to flex the toes towards the sky. And we're just going to hold it there. So we don't want to round the spine here. We want to elongate that spine. Good. Gently pulling the navel in. It doesn't matter if you're laying completely over your leg. Good. Bending that front knee, placing the palms down. Good. And just coming back onto all fours. So we'll take that on the other side. Good. So reaching that left leg out this time. Good. Just feeling the stretch in the back of the calf. And as you transfer the weight, rotate that back foot so it's flat on the ground and lift the left arm to the sky. Good, as we take that top arm all the way over, and maybe you can point that foot that's extended. Good, reach the fingertips away from the feet. Again, if it feels good to lift that top leg, please feel free. Or keeping it down, yogi's choice. One more big stretch. Good, bringing it back down. Take the leg that's extended behind, bend it in, and bring it in between the two hands. That back knee is down. Good. So staying here in the fingertips if that feels good for you, or maybe coming up onto that front thigh. Keep the chest nice and lifted. And if this feels good, take hold of the elbows. Little opening here. A little bit more. Sinking into that hip flexor. Good. Placing the hands back down and stretching through that front foot, the toes facing up towards the ceiling. And one leg might feel very different to the other. We have to remember that our body has two sides and quite often they're very different. So listen to what your body needs. Good. Bending that knee back down, placing it back down on the ground, and we're going to bring the knees together here. Sit down onto the heels and walk the hands forward. Forehead comes onto the ground, coming into a child's pose. And let's keep the arms activated here. So walk the fingertips as far away from you as you can. And breathe here, a few deep breaths. Good. On an inhale, you're going to push the palms into the ground as you come all the way into a high cobra here. Good. And exhale it all the way back to child's pose. So we're moving nice and slowly. Snake the body round through the spine. Come all the way forward. Take the shoulders away from the ears as you gaze up to the sky. The legs probably be slightly bent here. Exhale back. Go one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming back up onto all fours. And from here, you're going to tuck those toes. And you're just going to hover those knees gently off the ground. 1 inch. Good. Hold it here. Starting to wake up the abs. Feeling the shoulders and the arms. Push the ground away. And then from here, tailbone to the sky. Start to gently straighten those legs. Coming into downward facing dog. So walk your dog a little bit. Take one heel down, the other heel down. Take any movements that feel good for your body. Shake the head. Take a little twist if that feels good. And find some stillness here. Now, if straight legs don't feel good for you, please feel free to take bent legs here. So external rotation with the shoulders. Inching those biceps forward and those triceps back. And only if it feels good, start to slowly straighten those legs as much as you can. Good. Walk the feet slowly, one by one, in to meet the hands. So you're in a forward fold here. So at this moment, legs can be straight or maybe they're bent. That's okay too. Let's take the hands behind the body, interlace the fingers, and stretch the arms up and over the head. Good. So let's everybody bend the knees now if you're not already there. And from here we're going to straighten that right leg. And at the same time, take a little twist. Good. Bend the knees, straighten the left leg, twist up to the left. Exhale, bend the knees, and just do a few rounds of this in your own time. Opening the shoulders, opening the hamstrings, good. Bring the hands all the way back down, bend the knees generously, and take the elbows and rock from side to side. Good, release the hands down to the ground and gently roll up through the spine. Good, the head is the last to come up. So we're standing tall now. See how you feel. Has the body managed to open up a little bit? Have you managed to calm down the breath? We're just going to take a few sun salutations, super simple. So yogi's choice, either with the feet together or the feet slightly apart. That's my choice. I really enjoy to keep the feet slightly apart. As we inhale, sweep the arms all the way up to the sky, fingertips touch. On the exhale, keep the palms together as you dive forward over those legs. Forward fold, knees can be straight or bent. On the inhale, we're going to take a nice flat back, either coming up onto the fingertips or maybe you can come up onto the shins here. And an exhale to forward fold again. Good, inhale, plant the hands firmly on the mat. Take one foot back and take the other foot back into high plank here. With an exhale, lower the knees down to the ground. Hug the elbows in tight as you lower all the way down to the ground. On the inhale, take a cobra. So lift the shoulders, the chest gently off the ground. And exhale, takes hips to heels and takes you back to downward facing dog. Take a couple of moments here in down dog. Notice how the body feels, if it feels different to your first down dog. Good. On the next inhale, bend the knees and look between your hands. Walk one foot in, bring the other foot in, and take an exhale as you forward fold. Inhale to rise back up to the sky. Maybe those fingertips touch. Exhale, hands through heart center. So we're going to go 2 more times, just like that, exactly the same. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale to forward fold, palms together until you find the ground. On the inhale, take your halfway lift, so a flat back on the fingertips or the shins, and exhale it back to forward fold. Inhaling to step one leg back and the other leg back to come into a nice high plank. And again on the exhale, take the knees down to the ground, hug the elbows in tight, graze the ribs with the elbows as you lower down onto the floor. Slide through to cobra. Maybe you can lift a little bit higher this time, but keep the shoulders away from the ears. Good. On the exhale, taking those hips back to the heels, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Few breaths here, nice long inhales, nice long exhales. Spread the fingers wide, navel to spine, and on the next inhale, gently bend the knees, bring one foot in to meet the hands, bring the other foot to join, and exhale to forward fold. Inhale to rise it back up to the sky. Yes. Exhale, hands through heart center. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale to dive forward. Inhale, nice flat back. Extend the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step one leg back. Step the other leg back, and feeling free to stay on the off the knees this time, maybe a little bit more of a challenge. Bend the elbows in, don't worry, we're still going all the way down to the floor. Yes, working through an almost chaturanga. Inhale for cobra. Nice and high this time. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, this is our last down dog, so make the most of it. Seeing how you're feeling. Good. We're going to place the right foot in between the hands, nice and gently. That back foot, the heel is still lifted as we come up onto the fingertips here. Maybe staying here, or maybe sweeping the arms all the way up to the sky for a high lunge. And like we did at the beginning of the practice, if it feels good, take the elbows and just release a little bit further back. Find the ground, again the same as the beginning of the practice, hamstring stretch. So really take it nice and gently. If that leg is still bent, that's absolutely fine. Maybe you have two blocks at home that you can rest on. Maybe you are able to straighten that leg and point the toes up to the sky, making sure to square the hips. Good. Bending that front knee, place the palms down, downward facing dog. Take the other foot that you had, place it in between the hands. And again, maybe staying here on the fingertips, just finding your balance. Maybe sweeping those arms all the way up to the sky. Last option is to take hold of the elbows and open up that heart to the sky. Keeping the breath nice and calm as you find the ground and start to straighten that front leg just as much as you can. Please keep it bent if that feels good, and equally if it feels good to stretch that leg nice and straight, toes facing up towards the sky. Breathe into the back of that leg. Good, bending that knee, palms onto the mat, downward facing dog. Good, as you bend the knees here, all the way onto the ground, and take the hips onto the heels. Good. From here, we're just gonna take a little spinal twist. If you have bad knees, if this doesn't feel good, you can fold your mat underneath the knees, or maybe just come into a cross-legged position, whatever feels comfortable for you. We're gonna inhale the arms to the sky, and on the exhale, we're gonna take a twist all the way around. Good, we're gonna use that hand on the outside of the knee to bring the gaze around to the back of the room. Just a little gentle spinal twist. As we reach the arms back up to the sky, take a twist on the other side. Again, using that hand on the outside of the knee to really bring the gaze around. Good, coming back to center, hands come to the sky and bring those hands through prayer. Good, either staying here or coming back to where you came from at the very beginning of the practice, taking your pillow, your cushion, gently crossing the legs. And this time, as we close the eyes, maybe let's take the palms towards the sky. An offering, if you will. How do you feel? How does the breath feel? How does the body feel? How does the mind feel? Really notice the changes from the beginning of the practice. Notice how the breath maybe flows more easily, more freely. Notice once more your surroundings, and if your surroundings feel different to you, if your awareness feels different. And as we bring the hands together at heart center, just say thank you to yourself for turning up today, for moving, for breathing, for honoring your body and doing what feels good. The divine light in me honors the divine light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for this quick, simple yoga practice today. I hope you feel a little bit more energized to go into the rest of your day. Please let me know if you would like more tutorials, and if you do, I'll be back. So have a beautiful day, yogis, and namaste.